In this video, the third and last of our Succeed at Airline Interview series, we go over hybrid interviews and run one example for you. We have many more such examples in Advanced Interview Course version 2, with more being added as we go. The hybrid interview requires extensive use of Module 4 of the course about decision-making, intervention models, and workload management models. It involves a strong understanding, even as a cadet or low-hour pilot, of airline operations and procedures, as well as related behaviors. So the hybrid interview is a more advanced version of the classic interview. Based on hypothetical scenarios, they force you to use certain concepts and give them an idea of your likely behavior. The big flaw with it is that it forces you to imagine something that you could be doing completely differently in reality, okay? That's the big flaw with it, but I still like it. And Advanced Interview Course version 2, Module 4 really is dedicated to that, giving you all these concepts so that you can really have great arguments to explain how you would deal with this or that type of scenario. Okay, so let's get an example, for instance. So this is from the course, actually. So this question is typically, the weather is poor at departure and destination, as well as alternate 1 and 2. By the way, this gives you a hint that if there's 2 alternates, it means destination is below minimums. You've got that already. And you want to take extra fuel, but typically the captain doesn't. Then what will you do? So this is a hybrid question. Basically, what do they want to see here? They are going to want to see that you are not going to let the captain make a mistake. And they're going to play the role of the captain, and they're going to say, yeah, but it's legal for us to go with this weather. What are you complaining about? Didn't you read all the emails that the airline has sent recently that we should take minimum fuel, and what, you want to waste some fuel? I'm not going to take any extra fuel. And then the idea is that you tell them, yeah, well, I don't feel good. I would feel good going there if the weather was fine, but today the weather is borderline everywhere. We may have to hold, and I don't feel safe going like this. And then say, what do you mean? It's legal. I say, yeah, well, the thing is it's not safe and I don't feel safe. And if I don't feel safe, I'm not going to go. And then the captain will say, well, okay, so you're telling me you don't want to fly, buddy. And then you say, yeah, that's what I'm telling you. And then he says, so should we go and tell the chief pilot? And then you say, yeah, let's go. Let's see what they have to say about your decision. They want to see that. Okay. And there's one thing as well, and with hybrid scenarios that I forgot to say, is always ask for more information. Okay, so weather is poor at departure and destination. You could say, sorry, but what does that mean? How bad is bad? How bad is the weather? In particular, you want to know at destination, alternate 1 and 2, how bad is bad? And then they might ask you, okay, well, how much fuel do you want then? You say, well, let's find yet another alternate, an alternate 3, that's got better weather. And let's take fuel for that as an alternate now. That's what I would do as a captain. I always want to have an option where I know I can land, and that's fine. And I'm going to still take a bit of extra fuel. Why? Because if the weather really is that bad, well, everybody's going to want to go to that alternate 3, and there's going to be some holding. Okay? You see, that's an example. You see that it involves technical and operational knowledge. And this is why I was telling you about this necessity to get this gap training, which gives you some meat on your bones, so to say, to have something to say. Okay? Because otherwise these questions can be quite intimidating, of course. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this example and have a better understanding of what is a hybrid interview. I mentioned gap training at the end. Gap training is what we provide at Airline Selection Programme, something ATOs don't. It's the missing link in knowledge and operational understanding between flight school and becoming an airline pilot. It is this gap training that will make the difference. It will translate the motivation you have inside you into something the recruiter can measure. Will help you go from student pilot to airline pilot. So at the interview stage, we've got Advanced Interview Course version 2, which of course you know is the only e-learning course in the world focused on airline selections. So it's here in the chain. And so this course is in version 2 now, so it's got a lot more detail. You can look at the modules on the Advanced Interview Course page, which I will give you a QR code in a second, and you can go and take a look at it. But believe me, it is detailed, and you could just go ahead and you can flash the code. I will take you straight to the course where you will see another video. You will see me talking again about the course. Come and join us inside Discord. It'll be a pleasure to speak to you. This is where I go. If you want to contact me directly, you can. I go on Discord. Okay, you can download our app as well. Come and see us on Discord. You can subscribe and like the channel. It will be a pleasure to get to see you again very soon.